Couples are 40% more likely to divorce after their kids leave home. Divorce rates have tripled for couples over 65 in the last 30 years. If you are an empty nester or about to become one, the next 10 minutes could change everything for your marriage, so stay with us. Welcome to I Love Us, real talk for couples who are in it together. I'm Ron, a licensed therapy and couples counselor, and this is my lovely wife, Helen.
Hi everyone, we're so glad that you're here.
Yeah, we're together since 1986. And that means that between my professional clinical experience, we know a thing or two about what it takes to make love last. Now, I want to be completely honest about something. When our kids left, Helen and I were not struggling. We were actually very excited.
True, we really were.
And I think that surprises a lot of people because for years our home was never quiet. It was not just our two sons, but it was our nephews, it was their friends, our nephews' friends, kids from the neighborhood, even young men who just didn't have the best situations at home. They'd always found a safe haven at our home. And you know, sweetheart, that's something I'm really proud of.
Me too.
Yeah, but it got funny sometimes because we had so many kids. It was just so much noise all the time. And only time it was quiet in the morning. And I remember sometimes going out into my kitchen to have my first morning cup of coffee. And you know what? I'd be in the kitchen and some strange young man would be in my refrigerator.
Sometimes in their underwear.
Yeah, sometimes the kids would be in the underwear and I might be in my underwear too. So it was always someone there. Our house, when our kids left, our house really finally got quiet and we had that peace and that harmony that we had longed for years. And we were more than ready for it. But here's what I want you to understand, that us being ready for that, it didn't happen by accident. Helen and I, we both were very intentional about staying connected and making sure that we were connected and ready for when our kids became empty nesters, right? So that's why we're ready to share that right now with you. And I'm going to do that by talking about the 3 reasons that empty nesters divorce. And these are reasons that nobody really talks about. Have any idea? No? Okay, so reason 1 is that the children often in relationships, they become the glue. For 20 plus years, you and your partner, you had a shared mission, and that was raising your kids. Every decision, every conversation was all about that mission. It was about that plan. And when the kids finally leave home, that mission ends overnight, and couples suddenly realize, hey, we have not been pouring into each other. We have not been investing in each other. And now the children are gone and we're face to face and we're like, who are you? What do we do? What's our role? We have that shared mission of our children, and that meant we had a common goal and we had identified roles. I arrived there. All right.
And that can be really uncomfortable at first. Right?
Yeah, it can be uncomfortable. Just that distance is, why are we here anymore? And so we got to work through that comfort because, see, not because something is wrong with your marriage, but because you let the marriage get on autopilot. And you think about it like autopilot, right? After a while, you're going to run out of fuel and you're just going to crash, right? And another reason couples become disconnected while they become an empty nester is that the communication breaks down. A lot of couples stop really talking. They don't have those long conversations anymore because why? They have the busyness of the kids and other life activities, right? And it's almost social media where we get these quick interruptions all the time, right? It's like if our phone's not interrupting us, the kids are always dad, mom. And you just finally give up sometimes if you're not intentional about it, right? And so that's something to discuss, right? How do we reconnect where we're not talking about the school activities? We're not talking about the schedule. We're not talking about the kids. We're not talking about that. But when everything disappears, what does the silence reveal? What's underneath that, right? So what we want to do is do what, sweetheart?
Communicate.
Yeah, we want to communicate. And the quiet reveals what? What do you think the quiet reveals?
Reveals you need to reconnect.
Yeah. It shows you what's no longer there anymore. We need to reconnect. So what I'm going to do is talk about the research. And here's what it shows. It shows that it shows that 35% of the couples who divorce after the kids leave, they know communication breakdown as the number one reason. Not falling out of love, interesting. It's not that they don't love each other anymore. They just stop talking, right? So the next reason we want to talk about is identity crisis, right? What is your primary role, right? I talked about earlier, I said, we both know our roles and we both know our goals, right? But your primary role for 20 years has been that of parent. And that role suddenly changes. You feel completely lost. Who am I now? Who am I without these kids? What is my purpose? And when both partners are going through that at the same time, it creates a perfect storm of disconnection. And if that's left undressed, it becomes distance. And if that is left undressed, it becomes the big D. Divorce. Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to work on how to help what?
How to navigate it in your own way, right?
Yeah, how can we navigate that in our own way, right? And we really did. Helen and I, we navigated these things in our own way, and now we want to talk about that right now. What Helen and I did to stay connected, you can do that too. And here's what works for us, and what the research tells us that works for strong couples in this season. Here are the 3 things that strong couples do a little bit differently. First, they build new shared meaning. Strong couples do not wait for life to feel normal again. They actively build a new normal together, a shared purpose, a shared mission, something that they both are working for. And for Helen and I, that came in a lot of things. That shared meaning came as far as our practice together, our grandchildren, and even this. Even this is our channel where we're trying to give back to our community or on a larger level, right? Give back in helping couples stay together, right? And so those have been some of the things that we've done. And what we want to do as a gift to you today is we want to give you a worksheet. We got a PDF that if you look in our description, we got a link to it. You don't have any obligation. I just want you to go grab it. But it should take no longer than 30 minutes for you and your partner to complete. But there are 3 key questions that Helen and I, we work on asking ourselves. And we did this and we want you to do this, right? The first question is this: sweetheart, what is one thing that you have always wanted us to do together that we have never done?
We've done it before, but I think we should travel more overseas. It'd be great.
Okay, a little bit more overseas travel. Yeah, that would be good. We did travel a lot statesides into the Caribbean and more resorts, but we haven't done the European thing. I think a lot of that was because of the kids and stuff and wanting to be in close proximity to home, right?
True.
Yeah. So okay, I love that. I'm trying to think from my perspective. I said, what's one of the things I've always wanted to do? I know we dabbled a little bit in taking dance lessons and stuff, but I would really love us to master some dances a little bit more, right? It's, you know what? I noticed your brother Melvin and his wife Gigi, how they have this dance they do. They've been dancing since the 70s. They do this version of the hustle, and they can do it to anything. And Mel and Gigi, wherever they go, they can get on the floor, and it's like their signature dance. People have signature dishes. They have their signature dance, and it is just, I love it. Shout out to Mel and Gigi. I'm sure you're going to watch this one day, but I always wanted us to have our signature dance like that. Maybe one day? Yeah. So that's one thing we want to do. And so those are honest answers, right? That's where shared meaning starts. It's not in a grand plan, but it's in a real conversation that 2 people can have together. 2 people that really love each other and are committed to each other. right? So we're going to go ahead and give you that worksheet once you work on that. And then there's the second question that helps us, right? The solution to the second one is we need to get intentionally curious about each other. It's going to help your communication, right? See, years of parenting can make us stop feeling curious about our partner. We assume that we know them. We assume that we know everything about them, and we stop asking questions. But here's the thing. My lovely wife, she's a dynamic individual, right? And dynamic, not static. That means she's continuing to evolve and grow. She's not the same woman from 20 years ago, and I'm not the same person from 20 years ago either. So we got to keep updated on those changes and have a curiosity. I say getting a PhD in our partner, right? Where we're always asking very interesting, thought-provoking questions about our partner. And so you want to always stay interested and say, hey, hey, did you change your hair? Is that something new? What are you reading lately, right? We always want to continuously keep those things updated, and that keeps curiosity open. And don't ask just the yes or no question, how was your day? It's kind of boring, right? Add some really thought-provoking questions. I'm going to ask this one right here. I want you to think of this, right? What is something you might ask your partner on their first date? Think this is a first, second date, but I'm going to ask Helen right now and say, what are you most excited in this new chapter of our life together? What most excites you?
Having more fun. Being more spontaneous, right?
More spontaneous, yeah. Yeah, we are a bit more spontaneous, right? So years ago, if someone called us, we'd be like, oh, no, we can't do that. Never mind, right? But now we'll jump up in a second and say, hey, get invited, get out there and do our thing a little bit, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to embarrass her, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't embarrass you, baby. But yeah, we're a bit more spontaneous, right? And I like that, right? What are we most excited about this season? Yeah, I love that too, right? Oh, so that's a really honest answer, right? Being a bit more spontaneous and fun, right? That is real connection. That is what the empty nester is inviting you back into, right? And then finally, building a vision together, right? The couple who struggle with a vision, they perish. The couple who struggle the most have no idea of what they're building towards. The couple who thrive, they sit down together and they ask, what do we want the next chapter to look like? Not what did it look like before, not what was it 20 years ago, because things have changed. But what do we want right now? So, sweetheart, I'm going to ask you the last question. It says, what does our ideal life look like for you together, even 5 years from now?
Spending more time than we already have.
Spending more time together? Wow. I can't say I don't like that, right? You know what? When you meet your person, you just really enjoy spending time together with them. And you're right. Between the practice and the grandbabies and everything we do, we don't have as much time as we'd like. In fact, probably on a normal day, sometimes we still seem like we're just two ships passing, right? So yeah, spending more time together and spending more time more intentional, right? So as I was mentioning before, we have the practice, we have the grandkids, but what I like us to see us do, and I think we talked about it before, is like on a macro level, right? Bringing our message of love and commitment and staying together over the long haul to a lot of people out there, right? We do it in our practice to individuals and couples, right? But I want to do it for the masses. And I see that as something we can do together and spending time together too. I think earlier she told me she'd like to get a yacht together or something. No, it was lease a yacht. And I'm with that too. If we can lease a yacht, if that's where our vision takes us, hey, let's get that yacht too going. All right. So what I want you to do is have these type of conversations, right? These type of conversations that open things up, that connect you and create a vision for you in the future. What do you want this life as an empty nester to look for? And that's the key to staying out of divorce court. That is the key, is that connection. and reimagine your life right now. So as I mentioned before, please go ahead and get that couples worksheet, and go ahead, if you haven't already, and subscribe, because we're here every week. We're talking about something. In fact, next week, we're talking about some really good research-based stuff, talking about what we call rituals of connection. How do we have fun together? How do we just kick it together? My wife did mention, hey, having fun together. How can we do those type of things on a consistent basis, right? So go ahead and can subscribe. And here's the thing, download the worksheet and leave us a comment as this, what were some of your responses? Or this, which of the 3 questions were most meaningful for you? Which of the 3 were most meaningful? I think I love the one about the 5-year vision. Yeah, that really hit here. So I want you to go ahead and do that. And I want you to understand this too about this channel, is that this is for educational and entertainment purposes. This is not about therapy. I am not conducting therapy here. If you're in need of support, please reach out and find a licensed therapist in your area. And then, sweetheart, you have anything else you want to share with the people?
Share with a friend or a family member. Maybe they might need some help. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Share it with a friend, right? Listen, don't keep all this to yourself. It's enough of us to go around.
Don't
right?
gatekeep. Right?
Yeah,
Don't gatekeep.
don't be a gatekeeper, right? Oh, I just love when she says that, right? So here's the thing. Let's go ahead and we'll meet together next week when we talk about rituals of connection. And as we're thinking about that, I just want to share one last thing. I love you, Helen.
I love you too, Ron.
And I love balance. Take care. See you next time. Bye now.